Acts
Acts
chapter 24,
chapter 24,
26 to
26 to
chapter 25,
chapter 25,
8.
8.
At the same time,
At the same time,
he hoped that
he hoped that
money would be given him
money would be given him
by Paul.
by Paul.
So he sent for him
So he sent for him
often
often
and conversed with him.
and conversed with him.
When 2 years had elapsed,
When 2 years had elapsed,
Felix was
Felix was
succeeded by Porcius Festus,
Porcius Festus,
and desiring
to
to do
do
the Jews a favor,
the Jews a favor.
Felix left Paul in prison.
Felix left Paul in prison.
Acts
Acts
chapter 25.
chapter 25.
Now 3 days after
Now 3 days after
Festus
Festus
had arrived
had arrived
in the province,
in the province,
he went up to Jerusalem
he went up to Jerusalem
from Caesarea,
from Caesarea,
and the chief priests
and the chief priests
and the principal men
and the principal men
of the Jews
of the Jews
laid out their case against Paul,
against Paul,
and they urged him,
asking
as a favor against Paul that he summon him to Jerusalem, because they were planning an ambush to kill him on the way. Festus replied that Paul was being kept at Caesarea, and that he himself intended to go there shortly. So said he, let the men of authority among you go down with me, and if there is anything wrong about the man, let them bring charges against him after he stayed among them, not more than 8 or 10 days. He went down to Caesarea, and the next day he took his seat on the tribunal and ordered Paul to be brought. When he had arrived, the Jews who had come down from Jerusalem stood around him, bringing many and serious charges against him that they could not prove. Paul argued in his defense, neither against the law of the Jews, nor against the temple, nor against Caesar have I committed any offense.